Hey everyone, Chad here, and I'm going to be talking to you about Playmobil today, specifically Playmobil's Ghostbusters.
So if you aren't aware, Playmobil does a whole line of Ghostbusters toys. Just about anything you could ever want. They include the cartoon. If you're those of you who are a fan of the 80s cartoon, the real Ghostbusters, they have a whole line on that. And they do movie accurate Ghostbusters as well. And we're going to talk about all of that.
So one thing I do want to point out is Playmobil's particular style is they do almost near photorealistic versions of vehicles and play sets. This is a picture-perfect rendition of the Ecto-mobile, the Ecto-1, right down to all the detailing on the roof and exactly how it looks. And on top of that, it makes all of the lights and sounds as well.
And then when you look at the Playmobil figures themselves, they have that iconic Playmobil look, that cartoonish, almost Lego-like look. In a way, it's sort of like Japanese anime, where they have the cartoonish figures and the super realistic backgrounds and vehicles, which I think is a really cool aesthetic.
So there's a lot to offer in the Ghostbusters from Playmobil besides the Ectomobile. They also have the Firehouse in the background, several other play sets, and we're going to talk about just a couple of them right now.
Crown jewel, of course, of all the Ghostbusters play sets is the Firehouse. Playmobil remembers probably how coveted the original Firehouse was from the 80s Ghostbusters toys. The real Ghostbusters, which again they're getting a nod to over here. But we need to really take a look at all the detailing here in this Firehouse and why I think it's a superior piece. Now, the Firehouse comes with 5 figures, the first of which is Janine in her receptionist role, and the detailing is pretty amazing, right down to a Ghostbusters insignia on her computer, which is a big bulky one. It comes with the library ghost that we see in the first part of the movie, and it comes with Ray Stantz. And Ray is getting ready to use the fire pole, and I just want to talk about this for a second. He just hangs onto this handle, and he just slides right down, and then right back up.
The fire pole function here is much better designed in the Playmobil version of the Firehouse than it was in the original Kenner version in the real Ghostbusters. Because in the Kenner version, the fire pole had like a little platform. It wouldn't work properly unless you had 2 figures. You had to have them facing each other, basically like looking like they're trying to hug each other around the pole, and then the pole would, the platform would then spiral down the pole. And then you had to wind it all the way back up again. You couldn't just lift it back up or you would break it. This is a much better design, much more intuitive. There's just handles, spin him around, and he's done. Goes right down and then can come right back up. So that is a much, much better design of the fire pole and an improvement on the original from Real Ghostbusters back in the 80s.
Besides Janine, Ray, and the library ghost, it also comes with Louis Tully, who at this point is possessed by the terror dog, and Egon. One little nice touch that I thought was really cool with the set, Egon comes with Tobin's Spirit Guide, which is referenced in the movies and especially so in the animated series. So it was nice to see that little inclusion. And again, Playmobil's eye for detail is unmatched, as there we see on the screen is the terror dog that has possessed Louis Tully, and Egon has discovered that.
Finally, another good feature here that makes this makes the Firehouse here more superior to the classic version is the Ectomobile can actually fit inside. You don't have to remove anything; it goes right inside. You long-term collectors will know this. In the real Ghostbusters line that Kenner made in the 80s, The Ectomobile did not fit in the Firehouse. You had to take the stuff on the roof off first before it could fit in. That's not the case here.
And what's more, not only does the Ectomobile fit in, but it fits all the way in, which I think is a nice touch. Back in the day, the Ectomobile would hang out the back, and that's not the case here. Now, when we pull this out, we see that there's the containment unit. The door, the door opens here, and you can put the trap in to dispose of the ghost, just like they do in the movie. And Playmobil even includes this crazy looking tool, which I think we only see in one scene in the movie. So Playmobil Firehouse, I think, is just spectacular and a super huge improvement on the old version.
So now I want to talk about the real Ghostbusters sets. The real Ghostbusters sets, of course, is the cartoon from the 80s that much of the Ghostbusters classic toys were based upon. Playmobil is doing sets for those as well. We've previously done a video unboxing Peter Venkman. Peter Venkman comes with this cool helicopter, which has a water squirting function here. You squeeze that and the cannon shoot water, which is cool. There are little additions on the side here. One, you can put his trap there, as you see, and that goes for his proton pack. And it also comes with Peter Venkman himself from the cartoon, not the movie. And this really cool looking ghost, which is a translucent skeleton firing energy beams. So that's a really awesome addition. Now, besides Peter Venkman, of course, the three other main Ghostbusters are included in the real Ghostbusters set. There's Egon. We'll be unboxing him next with Liam. Down here is Ray, and there is Winston Zedmore. Winston comes on a water vehicle. Ray has a cool looking motorcycle bike thing, and then Egon's got like this cool trap. Each of them comes with a vehicle that does something and a ghost. So those are pretty generous sets. And we're a big fan of them. On the Ecto-1, I want to mention that it comes with these two figures. It comes with Winston Zedmore and Janine in a Ghostbusters outfit, which I think is really cool. All the Ghostbusters can fit inside, and this is a cool thing here. There's a little notch in there where it can hold a trap, which I think is an amazing detail. I do also want to point out Playmobil's eye for detail here as well. Here we have Winston Zedmore movie version and Peter Venkman animated series version. Besides their outfits, which are accurate, Winston is obviously wearing the Ghostbusters movie colored outfit. But if you turn them around, you'll notice that Peter's proton pack is blue and Winston's is black. Peter has a yellow hose, Winston has a black one. Once again, those are accurate from the movie to the cartoon, right down to the PKE meter Peter is carrying, which is blue. And as well, the trap that we have connected to the helicopter right now is also blue. That's something that my 6-year-old noticed right away, which I thought was a really cool deal. Also should be noticed that these proton blasts are removable. You can just take them off and the proton wand firer connects to the proton pack like that, just like they do in the movie. Now, there are many other sets of Ghostbusters besides what I've got showcased here. You can get, for example, a set with Slimer, a set with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, a set with Peter and Dana and the Terror Dogs. But you don't have to limit yourself like that, because in any vending machine, and when you have a setup of vending machines or anything, you can usually find these little finger puppets like that. These are perfectly scaled to go with the Ghostbusters. Liam actually uses this one as Slimer until we get him. And not only that, but Playmobil actually has monsters you can get, which would be perfect for fighting the Ghostbusters. In fact, they have a whole set. This is a take-along haunted house full of monsters. You can buy more monsters to go with it, like what we have here. And this is the perfect balance for the Ghostbusters. Why wouldn't they fight these monsters? Not to mention, Playmobil also has other licenses that would work well with the Ghostbusters, like, for example, the DreamWorks Dragons line, from How to Train Your Dragon and Dragon Race to the Edge.
Toothless and the Ghostbusters. Well, that'd be kind of a cool set, don't you think? Also, there's the Hidden Temple, because that is a nice, good, spooky location that the Ghostbusters will look good in. The Hidden Temple comes with a dinosaur. Why wouldn't you fight a dinosaur with the Ghostbusters? And of course, the Hidden Temple works well with Indiana Jones. You can finally have that Indiana Jones Ghostbusters crossover you've been dying to have.
Because that's one advantage of Playmobil's specific aesthetic, is that because they do realistic vehicles and playsets and cartoony figures, you can basically use Playmobil vehicles and playsets for anything. They're really adaptable to any kind of toys that your child already has. For example, the Paw Patrol. Chase fits right in there. Oh, does your child like superheroes? No problem. Cyborg fits in here. This is a very cool superhero headquarters as well.
But honestly, you can just put other Playmobil figures all around it, add trucks, and all of a sudden you have a very busy New York street, and you've got monsters, you've got ghosts, you've got the Ghostbusters, you can throw in the Paw Patrol, you can throw in superheroes, you can do whatever you want to.
And again, that's what I really like about Playmobil. I mean, you can add whatever you want. They have all kinds of different sets. They have soccer, they have hockey. You can launch a rocket into space over there. Here we have a race car. There's all kinds of things you can do with Playmobil. The sky is really the limit.
So get yourself some Playmobil Ghostbusters if you like Playmobil, if you like Ghostbusters, if you just like having really cool toys that are adaptable, that anything can be played with it. Get yourself some Playmobil Ghostbusters. Everybody loves the Ghostbusters. Everybody loves Playmobil. This is really easy math.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Chad from The Good, the Chad, and the Ugly. Keep an eye out for future reviews and unboxings. There's the anniversary of Ghostbusters 2 is this year. I can't believe it's been since 1989. That's a lot of years. Liam is obsessed with Ghostbusters and Pac-Man. He's my little retro boy. So we're going to be talking a lot more about Ghostbusters. We're going to be talking a lot more about Playmobil. So stay tuned for some awesome stuff about Ghostbusters and Playmobil. Bye.